Hey guys, welcome back to Quick Pro Designs. Today I just want to talk about the gradient tool quickly. Also, before we jump into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. And if you do like our videos, you can give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can always give it a thumbs down. And also do leave us a comment in the comment section. If there are any videos that you like me to cover, design wise, just let me know. So today, let's jump straight into it. Today, I just want to talk about the gradient tool in CorelDraw. Yeah, so let's get into it right quick. So basically, what the gradient tool, if you're looking for the gradient tool, you can always hit G, hit G on the keyboard whilst you're in CorelDraw. Otherwise, if you can't find it, you can always look for the interactive tool. Just look for it at the right at the bottom here. It's gonna say interactive tool, but otherwise always click G. If you click G, you're gonna see it. So the first thing you want to do is once you hit G, let's create a shape. So let's create a shape. We've created a shape. Let's create another one, maybe a circle. Okay. I suppose you know how to create these shapes already if you are in this tutorial. Otherwise, if you don't know how to create these shapes, just look for the rectangle tool, or the circle, which is the ellipse tool, and then you just click them and then you click drag, and then it's gonna yeah. Otherwise, so we created this box here. I like to call it a box, because if you say rectangle, I mean rectangles always like that. But yeah, so we created a shape here. Let's hit so we're gonna have the shape selected, then we hit G on the keyboard, and then at the top you're gonna see that as soon as you hit G while the gradient is selected, you're gonna see you get these options here. Every time you select a different tool, it changes at the top. You see, at the top it's always gonna change. So we hit G. Today we're on the gradient, so we hit G, and then you're gonna so I make notes here so it makes it easier for you guys. So on once you select the gradient tool, you're gonna see at the top you're gonna have different options, but today we're looking at mainly the gradient, which is the fountain fill. So the first thing you want to do is once your shape is created and it's selected, you hit the fountain fill, right? And it's default gonna give you a black and white. Yeah, that's straightforward. Corel, that's why I love Corel. It's very straightforward and you can do as much as you want. So as you can see, I also have some reference pictures that I'm going to show you how to use gradient, advanced gradient, so that you guys actually do understand deeply, not just the basics of the gradient. Okay, so we have the fountain fill selected, and once you have the fountain fill selected, let's go through the list. You're gonna skip and come to the side, right? So you're gonna get the linear, elliptical, and the conical, and the rectangular. So basically the linear is the default, right? So the linear you can always like maybe drag to any side that you want, like that, right? Any direction. Okay, and then you get the elliptical, which it's gonna put it in a circle by default, right? Then you can always move these things around here, so just adjust it. See, so the part that has the arrow is always the direction, and then this part with the circle on it is always to reshape it. You see, so just keep that in mind. And then you've got the conical, which I don't normally use this, but maybe if you have a specific reason why you want to use it, like a specific purpose, you can always do that. But otherwise you can see what it's used for. Yeah, so let's jump into it. My laptop is low. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna charge my laptop quickly. Just give me a second. Yeah, like I said to you guys, I don't like to edit too much with these tutorials. You guys get everything as raw as, you get to see whatever that happens. I'm not gonna be here just editing too much, and all those things. You guys get to see everything that's going on here. I wonder what's going on. Okay, I see. I think my plug wasn't plugged. Okay. So yeah, now we're back in. The switch wasn't on. Okay. So where were we? Yeah, gradient. We're by the conical. Yeah, like I said, I don't use the conical much, but otherwise, let's skip to the next one, the rectangular. The rectangular, you get almost like a star type of thingy, you know. But otherwise, straight. Let's go back to the linear fountain, because I feel like that's where most of you are going to be using. Most of the designs, that's all you need, the fountain and maybe the elliptical. So let's get into it. So once you have, let me undo so we can get everything back to maybe default. um, Once you have your fountain selected, and then maybe it gives you the default, right? Let's use the circle. So we select the fountain, gives us the default. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you know what you're doing, right? So basically, um, let's say we want to create something like this, right? Let's put the circle this side. I want to create something like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and then create a shape almost similar to that. And then let's say if we're designing that poster, what we're going to do is we're going to create shapes into that fits that, right? And let's say we created something like that fits exactly that, right? Yeah. And then what I'm gonna do, let me just create it quickly so that we're on the same point, right? Okay. So I'm happy with that. I don't know about you, but I'm happy with that. Okay. So now we got a red, and it starts from like reddish in the middle and then dark on the sides, right? So all we want to do, gradient, fountain fill, and then all we want to do is we want to do this, right? And then you double click in the middle of this line to create a new step, right? Sorry, to create a new step, and then you click on that and then select the color that you want to use, right? So let's say we want to use that color you see at the bottom there. So you also click anytime you want to change a color, you just click on there and then you select the color. Okay, so let's say I want to make it black here. I select here, click on that, and then I select the color that I want to make it. You see, that's how basically the gradient works in CorelDraw. Yeah, and it's quite easy, as you can see. Okay, so what we can also do in CorelDraw, so let's do it again. Now this side is blue. We're going to hit the gradient button, and then we make another one, and then remember what we did, and then you double click anywhere here, so you can double click as many times as you want. So if you want to take it away, you double click again, see? Otherwise, yeah. So all we have to do now is we're making the blue one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the color to that blue that I want, right? And then I make these ones black. Okay, or you can make it a dark blue. Dark blue always works too, so it's not like way gone. Okay, let me change this blue a bit. Let me make it a little bit lighter so we can see it stands out. You see? Okay, so I guess you guys actually understand what I'm trying to like show you. yeah, it's really nice to know how to use it so that your design pops, you know, your design stands out. Otherwise you're always gonna have that dull design, which you're not gonna be happy with, you know. So okay, so let's get into it. So if we come back to the options that I've given you guys at the top here, as you can see, I do have another option, which is in the item options one, we have reverse. So reverse means basically once you have a gradient done, you don't have to go all the way to turn these things, like, you know, all the way around and, you know, waste your time, you know. So what you can always do, once the your shape is selected, your gradient is selected, what you want to do is you want to look for this tool. If you leave the mouse on it, if you hover over it, it says reverse fill. So you want to click on it, and then it's going to reverse it for you. See, every time you click on it, it reverses that for you. All right. So you can do that for the blue as well. We do that, you see, it switches it up for you. See, very much easy. But I want to leave it like this for now. Okay, so let's go to the next one, and then we go to arrangement, right? Okay, so arrangement. So what arrangement does is the gradient and the colors that you've selected. So the default is the fountain view, like I said in the beginning, and then if you click repeat, what it does is if you move this maybe to the middle, it's gonna repeat that color that you've done. So basically, remember, we did black and black, so it does this, and then it puts black, black, blue, black, and then black, blue, black. You see, just like that, and it does that for you. See, so I'm gonna do that, and with the blue, and then the red one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the other one, the other arrangement, which is repeat. So basically repeat, it repeats it a lot of times. Okay, it repeats it a lot of times. It's not as, you know, like this one. This one is mirror, this one is repeat. Okay, let's move to the next one. So let's say we're gonna leave this thing on repeat, then we're gonna leave this thing on fountain, right? So basically what happens now, if we go to smooth, which is still with the gradient selected and the shape selected, if we go to smooth, what smooth does with the colors is it smoothens it out for you. You see, you can tell the difference when I click on it, right? Okay, you can tell the difference when I click on it. So you see the difference even with the fountain one. See, it smoothens it out. Okay, so you get the point. So let's go to the next one. We've got acceleration. So acceleration is basically how much you wanted to where you want the colors to stay, right? Because we made it in the middle. If I go to acceleration and maybe I do this, do you see where it puts it? See, do you see the intensity and, you know, the smoothness and where it moves it to the location and all those? See, okay, so I'm going to leave it maybe by 1 for now, and then even if I do it for this one, you can see the difference, right? You can literally tell the difference. Okay, and then let's go to copy fill. So copy fill is basically if I have a gradient created already. So let's say this shape here, if I created this shape and then I already created a gradient here. So let's say I have lots of gradients and I want to copy that gradient into this shape or designs that I'm making around here. All I'll have to do is make sure this new shape is selected, make sure the gradient tool is selected, right? And then all you have to do is look for the copy fill. You click on the copy fill. Once you click on it, you see the tool changes, then you put it onto a color or a gradient that you've created, and it's going to fill that color for you. So for instance, if I do that, I select this one, you see it gives me that. If I go back, I select this one, you see give me that. If I go back, copy fill, and then I select this one, you see it gives me that. So basically that's what the copy fill does, right? So it's quite easy, as I explain, as I give you much more explanation to what the tools does. Last one, let's go to edit fill, right? So edit fill is basically where you have your tool selected, right? Your gradient selected. You see, this is not a gradient. The color, it was a solid color, that's why it's not giving it to me. So this is a gradient that we created. So once that's selected, I go to edit fill, and as you can see, it pops up all the options in one. But that's not for me. I don't like working like this. It even gives you the transparency, position, all those things, right? But I don't like working like that. I like working like this with everything at the top, working through these options that I've the list of options that I've given here, so you can work properly. See, but otherwise, sorry guys. Otherwise, you can see how this pops. Imagine if I just had like, like normal blue there, and then let's say normal red there. The design wouldn't pop as much as, if I have this, you see. And then I just put my characters in there, design the glow and all those things. It wouldn't pop as much as using the gradient. Okay, so one of the things that I actually want to get into, um if you guys don't mind, I just want to show you, maybe because I showed you with these colors how to do these ones, right? So what I'm gonna do is, you see these panels in this design, I'm going to show you how to actually go about on designing something like this. Okay, so let's delete these ones, and then let's just zoom in here, right? So I'm going to put this into practical terms so you guys can actually tell. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a shape that's similar to these ones, right? Sorry guys, if I got a cough, I have to cough. So basically, I like to work in a way that stands out. So as you can see, all these characters have like different colors to them, but we're going to work according to the colors in the background. So let's say, for instance, this is a blue, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color pick this. So let's say it's a dark blue, then I'm going to color pick here, right? And then we're going to use the gradient. So the gradient, what we're going to do, I'm going to start off like this. And then I'm going to use maybe this one for now, and then in the middle I'm going to select let's say this blue. Yeah, that works, as you guys can see. And then I'm going, all the lists that I gave you, I'm going to put those in practical terms, see. So, and then I'm going to drag them out, and then I'm going to use that side, as you can see, so that this is practical terms. As I told you, you see the smooth, as you can see. So I could literally do this so you guys can see, or this. So basically this or this. So for now, or what we can always do is tone this down to maybe like, see, maybe like that. Okay, I think I'm happy with this one. And then let's just use the smooth to see what we're happy with. I think I'm going to stick with this one. So basically all you want to do is you want to create these panels here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design stuff like this. So let's say I'm going to design maybe from here, say from here to there, right? As you can see, that's the first panel done. Go to the second panel, right? Okay, these ones, I don't really know how they're going, but you guys must just keep in mind we're working for the gradient, not, per se a design. I just want you guys to see how the gradient works, right? So I'm just going to make like a quick rough one so you guys can actually tell what we're trying to do. Okay, if this was like an actual design tutorial, but yeah, I mean, it's still part of the design. Okay, so how many we left with? I think I've done 4, so we left with 3. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it quick here. I'm not going to fast forward here, guys. I want you guys to actually see how things get done. See, so you don't think, oh, okay, I just like, just did random stuff and you don't understand. Okay, so I'm going to do proper work so you guys can actually understand what we're trying to do here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this a little bit like here, and then go back to the pen tool. Okay, and you guys must let me know what you think. I'm trying to be a little bit quick, but also not too quick that you guys won't like understand what I'm doing or miss out, right? So basically, yeah, let me see if I can actually just pull this up a bit. But yeah, remember we're just doing this for the gradient sakes, not for anything else. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Alright, so basically, as you can see here, there's no gradient here. It's still the blue with blood splatter on it, which we can always create, but bear in mind this is just for, you know so basically here we've got that character, which I would say I'm going to make it like, say, black, and then here I'm going to make it like maybe reddish, right? So make it reddish. See, so once you have the first one created, the advice that I can give you is that you make sure that you select all these ones. See, select all these ones, click the gradient button. Remember, we've been practical, so we use copy fill. All of them are selected, so we select gradient, copy fill. See, hover over for it, hover the mouse over the tool, you see copy fill, and then you just select. As you can see, all of them have been made already, so all you have to do is click on it, gradient, and then you change the color. See, so maybe this one was the red one, so this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna change it to maybe say this color. Okay, the outer line of these, let me remove them. So that color, and then this one was yellow. Okay, so if you feel, you see, you've been practical, so you can always eyedropper, right? So this one is yellow, so I'm going to say maybe if I don't like the yellow, I can always change it, remember. So I don't like the yellow, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come here and then see. So if you feel like you want it to be each and every character's color, then you can always change it, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this one I'm just trying to, like, give you guys, the heads up of these things, right? So basically, you can always combine other stuff as well. So once we're done with this, I'm going to show you what I mean. So this one, let's make it like greenish. Okay, and then this one orange. We already have orange. Let's try another orange, or closer to like a yellow. And let's give them another color. Yeah, like maybe that works. And then the last one, what color should I give it? Like maybe this one. Okay, I think that works. Okay, so basically since we copied from this one, you can see that it's still pointing up, so we can always move that one and then move it there. See, then move this one, you can always move them, right, and remove them. So we move them and then remove them, right, so that it points the right direction, so it doesn't look weird. Okay. Okay, tutorial. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but otherwise I just want you guys to understand this. So once we're done with here, as you guys can see, as the color comes in, it blends, right? So all we can do is you take the transparency tool, you click on the transparency tool, then you select the tool, and then you bring it down like that. See, you bring it just down like that. Yeah, make sure it's selected, eh? Then you bring it down just like this. Select the shape, and then you bring it down just like that. Down just like that. Alright, so as you can see, we get in there, and then if we had the character here, it would be nice. We put the glow around the character, we put our text and blah blah blah. But as you guys can see, we get in there, right? As you guys can see, we get in there. See, a lot of things. See how it stands out with your gradient. So basically, yeah, you with your gradient, it makes your work stand out, you see. Yeah, but otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If there's anything that you guys feel like I didn't cover, you can always let me know. Leave your comments in the comment section. And guys, I appreciate all the support. We just started the channel, and it's growing very fast. So please, whatever you guys are doing to make this channel work, please keep it up. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys again. Be safe out there. These days, lots of things happening out there. Yeah. Otherwise, you guys be safe. Keep designing. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Subscribe button, please. Leave a thumbs up or thumbs down. Notification button, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy your day, guys. Cheers.